Hey y'all. As I mentioned in the video I shot recently, I wanted to do a series of videos on the um, elements or takeaways from working with us at Root and River. So the last video was on the essential nature of and the use of what we call a root belief. Today I want to talk about kind of the second essential for a brand, which is their category. So every brand needs a category. That could be a solo brand, what we would call a category of one, and then or it could be a large organization. A category is from a simple standpoint, a category is the conversation you want to own, but it's really deeper than that. The way that we teach and coach around category, once it's defined, which we uncover in the root session or in a category design brand sprint, it becomes your core philosophy. And you can think about brands, especially knowledge-based brands or thought leader brands, as being philosophy first, methodology second. And so philosophy is the category of your category is the philosophy of your brand. And philosophy just means, in this case, how you see the world, what's important to you. And that's why it transcends to the conversation you want to own. So as an example, we like to use for like a solo brand or a thought leader, Brene Brown kind of owns the category of vulnerability. That's one example. In a corporate environment, Uber and Lyft co-own the category rideshare. So as I said in the last video, we're not going to share how we get to category. That's something that happens in a root session. But I will say that once you know your category, not only is it an organizing philosophy for you, it becomes part of your content. It becomes infused into your brand. And what a category does is it is almost the counterweight to the root belief. So the root belief is quite spiritual, which therefore can be seen occasionally as abstract or esoteric. The category gives it that counterweight of tangibility. And it gives the mind of the buyer a starting point. So category ownership is infused into all marketing. What's interesting is it's not necessarily infused by the name. We don't say we do X. Like, for example, our category is intrinsic branding. We don't proclaim that across the like the first thing that people see on our website. But what we do is we infuse that into everything that we're doing, and we write towards it, and we mention it in pretty much every piece of thought leadership that we put out. And that's how you get that sort of organic ownership. And what that does is it sort of supplants positioning. So positioning is the older model of owning a file folder in the mind. This is transcendent of that because it's owning an entire conversation. And when you own that conversation, it engenders trust and credibility. It extends conversations with your audience. It creates attraction. It creates repulsion of the people that don't believe what you believe. So there's a lot of pieces in there with category that make your brand real and vibrant and alive.